Good morning. You guys look so crowded back here. Either I think maybe come up or maybe everyone could just move up to make, I feel like there's like I'm seeing a strong desire for a row that's second to last. You can stay right here. You're totally good. I just think everyone in front of the second to last row could like scooch their mat forward a little bit. Hi. Hi. Welcome, welcome. So many fresh faces today in the studs. What a thrill. What a thrill. I had the sweetest chat with Ben this week.
You did?
Yeah. I love you guys.
Oh,
Is he going to Greece this week?
he's there. He flew, what day? Friday. So
Okay.
got in yesterday.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I appreciate how you reorganize because I'm like, I come in and I'm like, don't be type A about this shit.
I know. I'm the worst. I'm like not type A. Yeah.
Right?
But thank you. And also just like give yourself a little pat on the back for like being so accommodating to others. There was like definitely people had their heart set on this being a row. Were you one of them? Yeah. And so like it's like amazing what we can do for others. It takes like so little and yet the impact is so great. I feel like that's so much about what the yoga is all about. It's like we're in service to something greater than ourselves, but we don't have to make it any harder than it has to be. Okay, good morning, good morning. Oh, that's weird. Oh gosh, why is this happening? Oh, that's weird. Okay. I don't know why this is. Come on, and there's plenty of space. I know it looks tight, but there's definitely room for like 1 to 2 more people at least in every single one of these rows. I think we're only in the 30s, and we can get to the 50s in here. And welcome, especially to the new faces. Welcome. So glad you're here. My name's Mariel. I'll facilitate the practice. I also own the joint, so if you have requests, feedback, suggestions, you could reach out to me directly at any time. We prefer constructive feedback to come through email, DMs, phone calls, in person. If you love it, we love a Google review. We're a small business, so the negative ones hurt and the positive ones thrill. And that's true of all your small businesses, not just us. This is Camden. She's going to demonstrate on the mat for y'all in the room, especially if you're new and it's a lot with the cueing. Just look at her and copy as best you can. And we live stream. That's why there's a camera there. So she's also on the mat for folks at home. We live stream for free on YouTube. All of our live stream classes live there, so if you ever want to join us from somewhere else, you can go there. Like and subscribe. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and she told me the other day, she keeps asking if I can give her a YouTube channel. And I was like, considering it in like a very, small, only we know, like you could keep them private, I think, and it would thrill her. And she said that since I helped her with her piano song, she might introduce me as her vlogger. What? I couldn't even understand what she was saying. I was like, you're what? The person that helps you make the videos. That's a word, vlogger. She knows. She taught me. Are you comfortable right there? Is that okay? Okay. Becky, do you want me to do anything about this, or are we just going to put the blinders? It's too late. Okay. For the new folks, everyone here pretty much knows this, but because there's new folks in the room, I just want to restate this. Everything I offer is an invitation, not an obligation. This is a yoga of enlightenment and empowerment, so you are encouraged, really encouraged, bless you, to do what's appropriate for you. You are the true teacher, you're the driver. So it's a take it or leave it model of yoga, and I also welcome questions. Sunday's a bigger class, but in terms of style, I like to keep it casual. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, requests, I take those. Any requests? Hips. Heart openers. Maya, there's plenty of space. You can come up here. We could fit another one here. Something weird happened in here. I feel like we could probably fit like 4 more people in there if it got sorted. Was there anyone else downstairs? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. We could scoot you right in here if you like. As you can see, like it starts when you get here and it ends when you leave. We're the yoga of the householder, and we know that you're busy and shit is constantly happening and coming up. So if you have to get here late and or leave early, I just think it's better when we get our practice in than just feel like now we can't do it because X, Y, Z. So just try to be mindful of those around you if you're coming in late and leaving early, and you do you. This is your practice. Hips, heart openers, balls. It's not a speak now or forever hold your peace model. So as we dial into the body, if you start to find or feel that there's requests for either a particular pose, class of poses, area of the body, call it out or call me over. We also usually have an assistant here, Melissa, but her absence is her presence today. But I'll walk around and I do my best to ask before touching. Anything other than a clear yes, I take as a no, and I don't take it personally. I know that there's some poses I love an adjustment in, and some poses I just would rather not be adjusted in, and I assume the same is true for all of us. Am I forgetting anything? I'm going to be at Be Well Philly Fest on May 17th. It's an awesome, it happens every year. Philly Magazine has a really awesome, anyone ever been to a Philly Mag event? Their events team does a really great job. They have great events. They do this Be Well event every year. And I feel like I haven't been able to be there for many years because I was either like having babies or teaching yoga. And then the date came up this year. I was like, I'm gonna submit something and I'll like be there either way. So I have a 20-minute stress release party, or I'll bring the balls and we'll just hit the hot spots. But anyway, if you love yoga, it is a really fun event and you'll meet people. And I guess they're doing some kind of like teacher feature. So one of their editors sent me a bunch of questions. They were like really good questions. And I think one of the questions was like, what is the one principle I forget how they said, I should have looked up the question, but it was like, what is the one principle you wish that like everyone, of my teaching that I wish that everyone carried with them? And when I sat and I thought about that, like the thing that I most want to give to people from our tradition and the teachings of yoga that I grew up in are these beautiful words from a Sufi poet, Ghalib. Oh my God, it's like, I forget the name of the poet. I'll look it up before Shavasana and I'll repeat it then. The words live in me and I want them to live in you. The world is nothing more than beauty's chance to show herself. And what are we? Nothing more than beauty's chance to see herself. For if beauty were not seeking herself, the world, would not exist. You want some of these? Okay, I'm also just gonna like make them central because I feel like the L to the G's are strong today. We are nothing more than beauty's chance to see herself. That's like the heart of our practice. So much of the yoga tradition, the vast majority of the yoga tradition are these like enlightenment traditions about like becoming enlightened and getting free. In our tradition, we like totally subvert that, where we are born free and we are the indwelling light. And so much of the practice of yoga is the remembrance, the recognition that we're born free, the way that we experience our freedom in our tradition is in how we choose choices based on freedom to bind ourselves. And as practitioners of this tradition, the key is to bind ourselves to that which is light, beautiful, virtuous, in order to uphold those values and virtues in the world. Because, Lord, we got to uphold that. So we'll begin by making ourselves as comfortable as humanly possible. Feel free to sit tall, lean back against the wall, completely recline if you choose. I like to just start with finding a comfortable posture in order to give all aspects of the self a moment to fully arrive, land, and settle. And as you settle into a comfortable posture, notice where you are. Notice how you are. Why you're here. How you got here. And if there's anything in particular that you need or want from your practice of yoga today. Is there an intention for your practice, some quality, virtue, or aspect that you're here to cultivate, to embody more fully? This is not a requirement, it's just a check-in. And if there is something along those lines, that becomes the intention for your practice, and you hold that in your heart. You offer your practice to your intention. You offer your intention to your practice. And whether or not you have a clear intention, we take a moment to become more sensitive, more receptive to whatever it is the practice has to offer to us today. Allow yourself to become sensitive and receptive to whatever it is your practice has to offer to you today. The entire physical practice of yoga is first and foremost in service to your breath, to the gift of life that fills us, surrounds us, enlivens us, connects us to each other and all that is. So if not already, allow the eyes, the gaze to soften. The gaze can be softly open or softly closed. I always like eyes closed. It's a gesture of turning into darkness in order to see more clearly. And now look for the breath. And just by turning the light of awareness to the breath, notice how naturally the breath begins to deepen and expand. Invite a slower, deeper, fuller breath in. Pause at the top. And a slow, long, complete breath out with a pause at the bottom. Throughout the physical practice of yoga, as best we can, we maintain what's called full yogic breath. It's a breath that flows in and out of the nose and is deep and full in both directions. We slow down the beginning of the inhale, drink the breath in, and we slow down the beginning of the exhale and whisper the breath out. If you know and love Ujjayi breath, that can come in and through the practice as well. It's an invitation, not an obligation. And of course, we breathe in and out through the nose in the practices of yoga. That's sinuses and allergies permitting. The point is breathe. To notice the breath. And by noticing the breath, the gift of life that fills us, surrounds us, and connects us to ourselves, to each other, to all that is, has an opportunity to deepen and expand and flow more freely in us, as us, through us, from us, and at best, all in between us. When you're ready, we'll bring the hands to heart center. If you're reclined, it could be palm over palm. It could be like that if you're seated, or palm to palm in Anjali Mudra. This is a gesture of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges the voice of the true teacher, never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath. And it's a gesture that places this aspect of ourselves, the source of supreme love, divine wisdom, beauty, and virtuosity, before us for at least the time we spend together. And together we'll set the tone for our practice by sharing the voices of our hearts and the sound of an Om. This is to set the tone. Feel free to join into the sound or let it wash over you. Deep breath in. Bow to your beautiful heart. And as best you can, keeping that connection inward, unwavering, release the hands, blink open the eyes. And we'll make our way into a tabletop position at your own pace. Find your way into a tabletop position. We have a 4-week mindfulness meditation series starting tomorrow with Elizabeth. That's every Monday for 4 weeks at 6:30. I've been noticing this past year or so how much I'm returning to my mindfulness practices. Something about the way the outer world is reminding me how so valuable mindfulness is. If you have those practices, I encourage you to join me in just sort of falling back into those practices. And if you don't, these are skills, tools for life. They will enrich the way you live and experience your life tenfold beyond. You can begin with cat-cow, exhale around your back, inhale to arch. Can make that more organic. We're just linking breath and movement, turning the light of awareness into the breath and letting the breath start to move the light of awareness through the fabric of the body. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Oh my goodness, this afternoon we have John, is it today April 12? We have John Vitarelli in the house today at 1 to 3. If you are feeling spicy and want to get some really fun, spicy yoga in with an old head. He's not old, I said that wrong. With a seasoned, experienced, long-time yoga teacher. Join us with John this afternoon. And then this evening is the sound bath tonight as well. Crystal Singing Bowl sound bath with Elizabeth this evening at 6:30. Could be like a whole day-long staycation yoga retreat here today. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take your time. In downward dog, you might pedal your feet from side to side, stretch through the soles of the feet, the backs of the legs. I'm just looking for my Year of the Horse yoga mix. Again, breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt. Press the inner edges of your hands down as you stretch up through the sides of the hips. Even think like you can lift the heels, bend the knees deep, and then rather than pressing your thighs back, think lift the thigh bones up to the sky to straighten the legs, and then keeping that, let the heels root towards the earth. That should make the backs of the legs feel like way more vast. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch the lunge. On the inhale, reach the arms up. Feel both feet on the ground, and as you press into the ball of the back foot, lift your back heel high. Press your back knee and thigh to the sky. And as you press the back knee up, feel the back leg get straighter, stronger, more lifted. And as the back knee and thigh presses up, pull the feet towards each other and bend the front leg deeper. Huge breath in, reach up out of the depths of your being through your fingertips. And on an exhale, take a big step forward, standing tall mountain. Right hand finds the left wrist, reach up and over to the right, standing crescent. You can look towards your belly to take the ribs back, then the head back, then the arm bones back, and now send all your weight down through your left leg. On the inhale, reach straight up through center. Notice if one side feels longer. Exhale, bend the legs deep, fingertips tap the earth. Step the left foot back to lunge. Spin the back heel to the ground, climb your right forearm to your right thigh, and extend your left arm overhead towards the front of the room for extended side angle. As you push through the back leg, really try to stand through your back leg, pull the back foot forward, and as though the left arm was all the way like connected into the left hip, from the left hip, reach out through your left fingertips. Everyone pin the right shoulder back, slide the head back, and from the right waistline, turn towards the sky. Exhale, touch the floor, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Brady, you have something going on in the wrist or shoulder? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I forgot when I registered for class.
Yeah. Oh, is it bruised too? Maybe come on your forearms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so that you're not being, I just don't want you to hurt yourself doing something asymmetrical. Yeah. And yeah, just to be less weight bearing on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just modify from there as needed. I know you know what you're doing. I didn't see the Band-Aid. Find your breath. The breath ignites the heart. The splendor of the heart has an opportunity to inform, to illuminate, to inspire the faculty of the mind, the agency of the body. And it's here in this gift of conscious breathing embodiment that we have an opportunity to make of ourselves an offering to the breath that fills us, surrounds us, enlivens us, connects us. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch the lunge. On the inhale, reach the arms up, standing crescent lunge. Push into the ball of the back foot and press the back heel, knee, and thigh up to the sky. Feel the back leg, what can't be seen but can be felt, get straighter, stronger, more lifted. And as you sustain that connection to the dark side, what can't be seen but can be felt, notice how the front side can deepen and you get an expansion of the center. From the depths of your being, reach up, out through the fingertips. One more belly breath. And with the exhale, take a big step forward, standing tall mountain. Left hand catches the right wrist or forearm, reach up and over to the left as you ground through the right leg. Huge stretch through the whole right side line of the body. Look towards the belly like you're bowing in and the sides of the waist and the bottom of the rib cage goes back. Can you keep that as you slide the head back and then the biceps back and root down through the leg, the right leg. Inhale, reach up through center. From the hips, root down. From the core of the pelvis, reach up. Exhale, bend the legs, fingertips tap the earth. As you touch down, step the right foot back to the lunge, heel to the earth, left forearm to left thigh, reach the right arm overhead. Parsva Konasana, extended side angle. As you stand through your back leg, tug the back foot forward, hug the front heel in, and guide the inner front thigh open, bend a little deeper. We'll take that left shoulder back, even slide the head back, the right biceps, arm bone back, and from the left waistline, twist towards the sky. One more belly breath. On the exhale, touch the floor. Downward facing dog. And in this downward facing dog, we've just done like a little bit of hip opening, a little side body stretching. Notice any newfound space through which the light of awareness now flows on the currents of the breath a little more deeply, a little more fully, a little more freely in you, as you, through you. Look for the breath. Let the inhale carry you to plank and pause. Pause and plank, but don't pause breathing. When we first turn the light of awareness to the breath, the experience is of a body with a breath. And now we start to shift perspective and see ourselves as a breath with a body. the breath with the body. Let the exhale bring you towards the earth, coming in for a landing, Artemis. Sorry, inhale for Cobra. I'm really losing. Is this Perry? This is part of Perry, the sound effects in my brain. Exhale to downward facing dog. What do you guys think? Hollywood studio or really looped the moon? Sorry. I think we looped the moon. On the inhale, float the left leg straight up to the sky, left side first. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. On the exhale, take a big step forward to balance on your left leg. Cross right ankle over left thigh. Sit deep into chair pose. Pigeon chair, Dakshinamurti. Like the teacher taking the seat after the dance. Breathe into what can't be seen but can felt. The more you reach forward, maybe like you're on the tip of a diving board getting ready to dive, the more you could sit back and get in there. Can you feel that? And as you flex the right foot, imagine you're coming up from under the water, fingertips first. Rise up, step it all the way back to lunge. Big breath in, both feet on the ground. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. On the inhale, float your right leg to the sky or your second side, your side two, step it through to lunge. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, big step forward. Cross left ankle over thigh. Sit back into pigeon chair. Flex the left foot. Reach forward like you're on the edge of a diving board. You're about to dive into the ocean of consciousness. Sit back a little deeper. Hashtag shit yoga teachers say. And as you say, deep in your seat, from the fingertips, imagine you're coming up from underwater. Ears back, biceps back. Stand tall, thread the left foot back to lunge, big breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Look for the breath. The inhale carries you to plank. The exhale brings you towards the earth. The inhale takes you forward and up through the heart. Stay for an extra breath. Claw the hands towards the feet. Press the feet towards the center of the earth. And on an exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. That's what we're dialing into. The channel of energy that goes light of awareness to breath. The breath ignites the heart illuminates the mind, and the mind inspires the body. On the inhale, float your right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch the lunge. Pause, mindful of head to butt ratio here. We're gonna find the strap, pivot the feet to the left. We're in a wide-legged forward fold, and we'll take the strap between the hands behind the back and a shoulder stretch. Fold between the legs. Interlace the hands or hold the strap, hug the shoulder blades together. Find the breath, and the key here is now we're linking breath and action. So with the inhales, hug your feet to the midline, feel the legs engage. Hug the shoulder blades to the midline, feel the chest, the lungs, the heart open. As you exhale, the tailbone anchors towards the earth and the spine extends vertebra by vertebra towards the floor. As you inhale, hug the feet towards each other, reach the arms straight up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold, let the arms get heavy overhead like wet branches. Little bend in the elbows, hug the shoulder blades together, try to pull the hands or the strap apart. One more of the deepest, fullest belly breaths, face soft, head heavy. Good, release the strap. Turn the right knee and toes through lunge and take it back to downward dog. Find your breath. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Pivot the feet to the right. Again, mindful of head to butt ratio on this side. Either take, if you love the shoulder stretch, by all means take the strap again, maybe bring the hands a little closer, or interlace your hands, maybe opposite fingers on the outside. So if you love the shoulder stretch, you want the chest opener, the heart opener, the feeling of expansion in your lungs, add the shoulder stretch here. It's an invitation, not an obligation. And then look at your feet, make sure the feet are parallel. Bend into your right leg, the bare minimum, to feel a stretch through the inner left thigh. Breathe. Push the right leg straight, bend into the left leg to find a stretch through the inner edge of the right leg. Just a little bit. Good. Release the strap. Fold right down the middle. With the heels heavy, bend the legs a little. Lean your weight into the balls of your feet, but try not to grip your toes. Turn your toes in a little bit. Lift and spread your toes. And as you hug the feet towards each other and lean into the ball of the foot, the feet, rather than pressing your knees back, here's the ticket. Press your thigh bones back to straighten your legs. That's a hip opener. Then the tailbone has space to lengthen towards the earth between the feet. And when that happens, the whole spine gets traction, extension, head heavy, face soft. Turn the left knee and toes through lunge, and we'll take it back to downward facing dog. Find your breath. Let your breath carry you through the linking vinyasa in the style of you. Let the fabric of the body adorn the breath. Let the breath carry the body. It could be cat-cow. It could be table puppy. It could be something more classic, more traditional, something more creative. It's a style thing. We'll meet in downward dog and just take a moment to take the 10,000 foot view of the self, like an astronaut looking back at the earth. Look back at yourself and see yourself as an adornment of the breath. We'll meet in downward dog. On the inhale, we'll float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Spin the back heel to the earth. Inhale for warrior two. Hug your feet towards each other. The key is to reach back into what can't be seen but can be felt. As you root through your left leg, reach the left fingertips as though you were reaching towards the wall past your left foot behind you. And then as you turn a soft gaze over your right fingertips, bend the front leg deeper. When you bend the front leg deeper, the tendency is to lean forward over the front leg. Keep reaching back past your back leg, and you will be able to bend your front leg deeper than ever before. Forearm to thigh, reach the left arm overhead. Offer it to the breath, 2 or 3 of the deepest, fullest breaths here. Perhaps linking breath and action. Inhale, pull the feet towards each other. Feel the strength of your legs. Tie the strength of your legs into an opening. As you exhale, lean back on your shoulder blades. On the next inhale, reach up and back, warrior two, front leg straight. Exhale for triangle pose, right fingertips to the floor or a block. Pull the feet towards each other. Feel the legs engage from the ground all the way up into the depths of your being. And even from the fingertips, draw energy up the core lines of the arms. Hug the shoulder blades together. Spin the right elbow crease, that's your bottom elbow pit, towards the front of the room. Maybe reach the right arm overhead, bicep by the ear, that's your bottom arm. Maybe reach the top arm overhead like you're holding a beach ball. Everyone on the inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, warrior two. Touch the floor, downward facing dog. Breathe, feel, notice. Notice what you feel. Feel what you notice. Notice the adornment of the breath. That's you. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Spin the back heel to the earth. Inhale, warrior two. You got it. Follow your breath, not my voice. Offer it to the breath, breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Here in the gift of embodiment, the pose, the form of the warrior. Steady gaze inward as you emanate, cast light, courage, virtuosity outward. Reach straight back, bend deeper, left forearm to left thigh, sweep the right arm overhead. Offer it to the breath. Turn these back toes in a smidge. Okay, Tiara. Come forward, like just bring this hand to your hip for a sec. Take this back. Yes. Oh, okay, hold on to me.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I got it now.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Now keep that, turn these toes out, good. And guide the inner thigh open. Feel the difference? They both got to, yeah. Inhale, warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Exhale for triangle pose. Offer it to the breath. As you inhale, hug the feet towards each other. Feel the legs engage from the earth all the way up into the hips. Draw the kneecaps up. And then as the tailbone and the buttock flesh anchors down, you extend out of the depths of your being through the sides of the waist, the spine, the crown, the arms, the fingertips. Pull the feet towards each other and imagine catching a beach ball above your head. Reach the left palm to the sky, press the right palm to the earth, come all the way up to standing. Warrior two, touch the ground, downward facing dog, look for the breath, let the breath turn you into your heart. From the vantage point of your heart, you see, do I stay in dog? Do I rest in child's pose? Does the breath carry me through a vinyasa in the style of me? Take your time, listen to your heart, listen to your body, turn down the volume on the mind chatter, and really listen for the breath. I call that a warm-up. Do we feel warmish? Oh, good. Sky's the limit then. We'll meet in downward dog. Take your time, sip some water. One more piece to our warm-ups at Three Queens. This isn't a crowd pleaser. Right, let's take a inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch the lunge. Lower the back knee down, pad with a blanket as needed. So just as a recap, we've opened the hips, we've begun to open the hips, the hamstrings, the shoulders, the side body. We're missing one piece. We'll take the blocks high inside the front foot. Get your front knee directly over your ankle. So you might have to walk your back knee in and bend your front leg a little deeper. To the extent necessary, you'll be able to walk your blocks more to the right and then bend your right leg, and with your right hand, find your right foot. It's called a thigh stretch. If you feel steady, bring your left hand to your left thigh. Not usually a favorite. This is the front of your back thigh, your quadriceps. These bitches are tight AF. It's a culture thing. Can you move your butt back to your back heel? So the tendency we sort of drop into the front leg, the front heel. Imagine you're moving towards child's pose. You can even think child's pose and go beep, 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 butt back. Then maybe come a little more upright. You can go ribs back, shoulders back, head back. Now we're not only in the quads, but like the psoas. Big if you want more, bend the front leg deeper, but don't let the pelvis come with you. Yes, gently release, downward dog. So good for you. That is the part that is the most often missed and overlooked in sort of modern yoga classes and practices, and I think is absolutely essential. Like, I really hope we don't give anyone a certificate if they don't have a thigh stretch in their final sequence, for anyone in the room who might be in our training. Just saying. Gotta have the thigh stretch. We're gonna change the world one thigh stretch at a time. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. or your second side, catch your lunge. Lower the back knee down. I like to take it slow, especially if it's new to you, just to kind of make sure you're giving yourself the supports needed. Pad the back knee with a blanket or extra clothing. You could also fold over the long edge of your mat for a little more thickness there. And then blocks start high, and you can walk them over to the left, even back, as you bend the back leg, especially like I have really long arms. I know not everyone has long arms. If you need to shorten the distance between your foot and your hand and foot, you just walk more to the midline, and then your foot's right there. And you could stay right there, and then over time, you'll come, again, inside the front foot, hand to thigh. The tendency is to drop down and forward. We need to dial it back into center. This is not a hip opener. When the top of the thigh goes back to the back heel, now that hip is open. And then the tailbone can lengthen, ribs back, shoulders back, head back. Now we're in the psoas, and the front leg can bend deeper. Breathe. Try to soften the jaw, the throat, the brow. Pelvis back, ribs back, shoulders back, head back. Gently release. It can be spring-loaded. Downward dog. Questions on that? Those muscles in the front, there's 4. They're called your quadriceps muscle group. They tend to be tight and weak. We'll walk the hands towards the feet and the feet towards the hands. Meet yourself somewhere in the middle. Fold over your legs. Bow to your heart. Walk your hands forward, your feet back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pivot your heels to the right. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Spin your right elbow pit open. Press the inner edge of your right hand down. And as you press the inner edge of the right hand down and forward, lift your hips up into your top hand. Stand through your legs. So less of a side plank and more of a side crescent. And now sweep the left arm overhead and try to press the left palm towards the floor as you lift the hips, the pelvis up to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pivot your heels to the right. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down and forward. Lift your hips up high. Lift your hips up into your hand. Stand through your legs. If you feel ready, the top arm can unfurl, and then press your top arm towards the floor. Make it less plank-like and more crescent-like. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot through to pigeon prep. Right knee wider than the right wrist. Everything's an invitation, not an obligation, especially if you prefer, like in lieu of pigeon prep, you could always do a low lunge, better on some folks for their knee, whatever's going on the knee and hip. We'll take the blocks high to frame the hips, fingertips on blocks, framing the hips. Let's use our inner vision for this. Close your eyes and look for your back leg. Tuck your back toes under and feel that the big toe ball mound is pressing into the ground. Notice now where the weight is on the knee. The tendency is for the weight to fall to the inner knee. We want more weight to the outer knee. So adjust the back knee so that there's more weight on the outer knee, and then look what that did to the foot with your mind's eye, with your feeling, the inner seeing. When you shift the weight to the outer knee, the weight falls to the little toe side of the foot, yeah? Keep the weight on the outer knee and the big toe ball mound. And now as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other. Feel that inner lift coming through the earth, the legs all the way up. Reach both arms to the sky. Huge breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, downward dog. It was a flying pigeon, half pigeon. Pedal it out. Notice any changes, any newfound space. We'll take the left leg through to pigeon prep, left knee outside the left wrist. If you prefer a low lunge, have at it. It does not have to be the same from side to side. Just because we have something going on in one side of the body doesn't mean it's the same thing on the other. We'll bring the blocks high to frame the hips, close your eyes, look into the back leg from inside. Press the big toe ball mound, tuck the back toes, press the big toe ball mound into the earth, shift the weight to the outer knee. When you shift to the outer knee, feel how the foot rolls out. Stay firm on the big toe ball mound and outer knee. And then as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other so strong. You start to feel an inner lift coming from the foundation. Reach the arms up. Huge breath, tip to the right, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Linking vinyasa, again, if that's in your heart of hearts, feel free to stay in dog, to rest in child's pose, to experience yourself as a breath with a body, the way that suits you. We'll take the right leg through to pigeon prep. Same deal, tuck the back toes, big toe ball mound, outer knee. Hug the knees towards each other to feel the inner lift, and use that lift to square your hips this time. So we really want the left hip to wrap forward and the right hip crease to tack back. And then bending your back leg with your left hand, find your left foot. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, 1 or 2, or 2 or 3, I don't know. Gets a number. There's a bunch of these. Press the back knee down and forward. The more you press the back knee down and forward, the lighter, the more lifted the pose becomes. It starts to take flight from the action of the back leg. Maybe right hand to inner right thigh. Maybe the right arm reaches up. One more of the deepest, fullest breaths. And on the exhale, release, downward facing dog. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Left side through to pigeon prep. Take your time in the setup. Big toe, ball mound of the back foot, outer knee. Hug it in. Take the balls high to frame, the blocks rather, high to frame the hips. You can inch the back knee back or inch the back knee forward. So, like these are kind of your little zhuzhuzhuzhuzhes. Not a technical term. Bend the back leg, right hand for right foot. Press the back knee down and forward. Take the shoulders up and back. Maybe walk the left block back a little bit. And with the block on its highest height, you push the left block through the floor to tip your weight more to the right knee than the left knee. Then as you pull the knees towards each other, maybe take flight. Wherever you are, however you choose to be, make it an offering to the breath. Just make it an offering to the breath. That's the yoga. Gently release, downward facing dog. So the harder the situation is that we find ourselves in, the more likely we are to lose connection to the breath, to lose connection to the center and that which connects us to the center and all that is. The fluency in yoga is the in the face of no matter what, we practice here to sustain the awareness of the connection to the breath, to the life force energy, to the gift of life at all cost. I mean, the flowers, the cherry blossoms weren't like, fuck that winter, I'm not gonna bloom. You could take a breath, take a breather, sip some water. Like a mom friend, we were sitting at the playground the other day, and she was like, have we always had these cherry blossoms, or are they new? And I was like, I get what you're saying. I'm pretty sure they're not new. But it's like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz when like it goes from black and white to Technicolor. It's like from this winter to these cherry blossoms is so intense. But the beauty wasn't like middle fingers up winter. The beauty is like no matter what. And then I remember, I was saying this last week, I think, like when it was snowy, did we repress that yet? Did we forget? Remember when it was like really snowy and dirty? Do you remember that? And there's like so much pee on the snow. And it's like, and I had this moment, I was walking to yoga one day, I had this moment like, oh, so it's so ugly. And I was like, even when the snow is not there, the pee is still there. You just can't see it. It's like totally there. Really changed my perception of the 2-second rule is changed after this winter. Okay, any questions on anything we've done so far? Yeah.
I've heard different things about what you're supposed to do with your front foot.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not supposed to sickle your foot, and the tendency is that foot sickles because there's so much weight on it, and so it's less about whether you're pointing or flexing the foot as it is about finding action in the foot. So let's all do this. Let's put a block on its lowest height, like somewhere near the middle front of your mat. Come into a tabletop position. Because what the foot is doing is going to affect the alignment of the knee and the alignment of the head of the thigh bone in the hip socket. So step the right foot to the left side of the block. Step the right foot towards your left hand. And now place the block outside your right foot. And super slow motion, adjust the placement of the block as needed. We're gonna lower the shin onto the block. The knee might need to come forward, but we're just gonna lower the shin onto the block rather than the knee to the floor. Can you get in there? And the knee just has to be wider, just wider than the hip with the knee. It doesn't, yeah, there you go. Take your right hand in front of you maybe. Can tuck the back toes under, maybe inch the back knee back a little bit. And now here's the key, flex the right foot. Can you feel that? And floint the foot, that means point the foot but keep the toes flexing. And try to take the inner heel up away from the floor towards the front of the room. That's really nerdy. Okay, step it back to table. We'll do the second side. We'll place the outer left shin on the block. Outer left shin on the block. Adjust the placement of the block, the back knee. You just want to prop that shin up so the knee's not on. So when the knee is on the floor, it gets really heavy, really collapsed, really hard to find any action or do anything with the front foot. Do you notice that? We're gonna come back to that in a second, but here do you feel like you can really play around with your foot? Flex the foot. And imagine like the big toe ball mound is pushing on a gas pedal. Yes, pushing to me there. So you want like no creases on the inner ankle. That's the key. Yeah, that's the key. Even do it with the tip of the toe. Yeah. And that creates like an opening in the knee joint so the knee's not getting torqued. This is really important as you're moving more towards like lotus variations. And it actually helps to optimally align the hip socket and the joint. Okay, take it back to table. And then did we do the left side first? Right side first? Right side through to pigeon prep, no block. Use your blocks under your hands, like any placement that feels like the point is supportive, like that you could use the blocks to help you feel like you're lifting yourself up. And now see here, can you get action in that front foot way harder? The key is we want to try to lift the outer heel. We want to try to lift the outer ankle. That's really good. It's hard. Do you feel it? But that action in the foot is the hip opener. It's so different. Downward dog, like the faces. Do you hate it? Do you love it? And second side. Does that make sense, Elizabeth? Yeah. And does that help a lot of you? And so you're trying to flex the foot just so that you can lift the outer ankle up. And this is the action in the foot that you need. Maybe we'll do it today, Ekapada Galavasana. Do you know that pose? Anyone love it? Not my favorite. Is it your favorite? Oh, yes. Tell your friends in California, YouTube, like and subscribe. That's the action you need in the foot for flying pigeon. Can you lift the outer ankle up and like pull the toes up and back? And gently step it back to downward dog, sort of peel it up and back. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. On the exhale, big step forward to balance, cross ankle over thigh. Sit deep into pigeon chair like Dakshinamurti sits. Bring your fingertips all the way to the floor. And now same action in the foot. You're gonna hook your right foot around your left arm. Yep, hook the foot around there. So your foot was hugging and holding your arm. Walk your hands out until you can plant your hands. The bottom heel will come up. Lean into your fingertips and think heel to butt cheek. Heel to butt cheek. And then try to raise the roof with your heel. Raise the roof with your thigh. Gently release, take it back to downward dog, and rest. Have a sip of water or coffee, tea, whatever you sip on, juice. Questions? Uh-huh. So I come to the middle. I'm just gonna do it up here because of the stream today, but then I can come to the center too if it helps. I'm just trying to think about the best angle. I wish I could we need a lazy Susan. You could turn, So the key is, and also maybe hair. Is the hair in the way? I don't even know. This is not part of the demo. So this foot has to be really, really active. And then you'll just walk it out until you can plant the hands. The foot is holding the arm. I'm tipping into the fingertips, and then you just go heel to butt cheek. And then start to raise the roof with the heel, and that's what straightens the leg. Does that make sense? So, yeah, yep, exactly. So the shin is across the two arms, and you got to think draw in. So you don't have to just think lift your back foot up. That's picking your back foot up is trying to lift the 1800s. It's not gonna happen. We don't raise the dead. Think heel to butt cheek, you pull into your power. This is exactly what flowers do, what nature does. Heel to butt cheek, you draw in, and then from the in, you start to expand out. Does that make sense? And it's a little bit like action over this is so beautiful. We got a West Coast Ekapada Galavasana in the house. Can you think spin the inseam of the leg a little higher? Your hips will get more square. Yeah, ooh. So like, it was beautiful. But then like the thing that lifts, like if you wanted to go from there into like handstand or chaturanga, it's like the thing that lifts the front leg is the inner spiral of the back leg. And it's so cool because like literally what nature does, the way that like you can't force open the petals of the flower, but if you ever peeled it up, it's like a spiral from the center. So when you play with it again, if you try to internally rotate, spiral the back leg from like here, the front leg will start to lift. And it's just like literally us doing what the rest of nature is doing. It's like, it's not about the form, it's all about just seeking the actions of what beauty's doing all the time in us as a thread. And it unfurls in its own time at its own pace. You don't force open the petals of the flower. That's the beauty. Like it just at its own pace. We live in a culture that just wants us to conform to like a totally draining pace, right? It's like not in the service of beauty at all. The key to our yoga tradition is really about remembering, recognizing, finding your own pace, and then going with that. That's why I don't mind a practice where the teacher counts the breath. Like I like being a student in that, but I am not that teacher because I want you to find your pace. Like your 4, your 8, your 12 of an inhale, hold, exhale, hold is different than mine because like look at how different we are. The breath is gonna flow in us, as us, through us in all different ways. And it's so much about finding your pace. That's the beauty. Downward dog. Does this brand still exist? This is such a throwback. Does the brand still exist? Oh, the mat is. So they're, okay, yeah, I almost was like looking for my pants of this. Yeah, this morning, because I was like, I should wear red. And I was like, no. Find your breath. That is the key. That is advanced yoga. The fluency in yoga is the pace with which we can find and reconnect to the breath in a snap. Especially when it's hard, when like something's going on that's hard or fucked up, and you find the breath, and the breath reminds you and connects you to center. That's the point. You're the point. That's the point. We'll take the right leg high to the sky. Exhale to catch your lunge. Inhale, follow your breath, your pace, crescent lunge. Your exhale is the big step forward and up to cross the ankle over the shin for pigeon chair. And you get right in there. Pigeon chair, hinge forward, reach forward, sit back, get low. And then hook the arm with the toes. That active foot to Elizabeth's point is the key. And then plant the hands. Walk the hands out. Yeah, like walk forward on your hands, get lower. And when you can start to shift the weight into the fingertips, think squeeze your bottom heel to your butt cheek. Yes! And be right there, just breathe, and maybe start to press the roof up with the heel. And rest. Just take a beat, take a breath, take a drink. That's hard, that's hard. Come back. Questions, comments? Anyone like surprise themselves a little? Ish? There's like enough bad surprises outside the room, so I'm hoping good surprises in the room. That's fair. I just don't like a surprise at all. Totally fair, Sally. Questions? Yeah. And hurting? Yeah, it does hurt a little. Yeah, it's hard. And just the reminder, like it's hard, don't make it harder than it has to be. And the point of hard isn't hard for the sake of itself. The point of hard is to challenge and to strengthen our awareness of connection to the breath, because that is so easy to lose. The connection, the sense of connection in this time, in this world, it is so easy to lose. So the hard is for the sake of sustainable connection, of learning to sustain connection. The hard is not for the sake of hard. That's the culture that most of us grew up in, and that's what we're trying to relearn, repattern, reprogram. Downward dog. Press the inner edges of the hands down. Find your breath. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Let's pivot the heels to the right. Bring the left hand to the hip. Again, make it way more crescent-y. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down and forward. Now bring your left hand to your heart center, to your sternum. Pin the head of the right arm bone back, spin the right elbow pit open as you press the inner edge of the hand down. That's similar to the back leg in pigeon. And as you do that, you're starting from the right waistline to turn open towards the sky. Twist open, big shoulder opener. And when you can't go any further, right then step your left foot back behind you for balance. Look for your feet, parallel your feet so you're not tweaking the low back. And then as you parallel the feet and hug the legs to the midline, push through the feet and legs to press your heart into your hand and your hand into your heart. Look back towards the floor. Good. Now look for your feet. The leg on your mat gets straight. The foot behind you steps forward. Wrap yourself around yourself all the way to downward facing dog. The key to the wrist is the inner edge of the hand, and hug the index finger and middle finger towards each other. Pivot your heels to the left. Bring your right hand to your hip. Think more side crescent than side plank. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down. Isometrically hug the index tip and thumb tip towards each other as you spin the elbow pit open. Head of the left arm bone back, and from the left waistline, start to turn up towards the sky, the way sunflowers turn towards the sun. And as you lean back, the right foot steps back to catch you as you open. Look for your feet, parallel the feet, and then push through the legs, root through the legs to open the chest, the lungs, the heart. Look for the floor, see the floor. Look for your feet, the leg on the mat gets straight, the foot behind you steps forward, downward dog. Find your breath, inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or in the style of you. Inhale, cobra, cobra dog, or up dog. Let's call it like 3 of the deepest, fullest breaths. Press the inner edges of the hands down and back. Press the feet down so much the knees and thighs lift. Peel the collarbones back, the palate, the corners of the mouth. Just slide back. Exhale to your belly. Beautiful. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest on your forehead or turn your head to one side. And turn your head to the other side. Okay, let's roll onto the back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. And actually, like in this, as we turn onto the back, let's just make sure that you can reach your blocks, your balls, your strap. If you're missing any of those things, no worries, just let me know. I will bring them to you. I'll bring it to you. Balls, yeah. Anyone else need balls? 3, 4. I'll bring them. It's okay, I'll get more. Find your breath. Knees bent, feet on the floor. Thank you so much. Find your strap. And let's make a loop in the strap that doesn't like come undone. If you need help with that, I'm gonna come over and help you. And it'll be hips width apart. And you're gonna make it like feel a little bit tight. I'm sorry, I could have brought you the straps too. Melissa, you're absent. We miss you, Melissa. I miss you. We're gonna place it around, bless you, the thighs right above the knees, bless you. The way the beauty of the flowers just tickles the nose. It's like a sweet little nose tickle. I think my 6-year-old who is hiring me to be her vlogger, I think she's having her first round of allergies this year. She's stuffy. Okay, so when you have it around, let me know if you need help getting the bondage. And I like to not have the buckle on the skin. Sometimes those D-ring buckles bite a little bit, so you might just adjust it so that you don't get bitten by a buckle. And then press your thighs out into the strap, and it should not let the knees go any wider than the hips when you do that. Okay, so knees no wider than the hips when you do that. We in? Okay, knees bent, feet on the floor once you're in there. Bring it a little tighter so your knees are closer. Bend the elbows right alongside the body, and as you press the elbows down, puff up through the chest, the lungs, the heart, and wriggle the shoulder blades together. So the shoulder blades hug to the spine, to the midline. Press the center back of your skull down. That'll help to keep that active engagement of the upper back between the shoulder blades. And then stand through your feet to lift your hips up. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, the instrument of connection. This is here if you want it, not an obligation, just an invitation. Good. Turn your toes in, your heels out a little bit. Toes in, heels out. Yeah, you can make this way tighter. Bring your feet closer, you're petite. Sometimes I don't know if people, know. Is it okay to touch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I should have led with that.
Oh, no worries.
I'm old school. This is a tough strap. Is this our strap?
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're getting in there, sorry. Press the feet down and forward, wriggle the shoulder blades in a little bit deeper. And then press your thighs out into the strap. Yeah, there you go. And when you press the feet down and forward and the thighs out, do you feel like the pose gets a little bit bigger from inside? You can let the palms rest anywhere on your midsection. As you inhale, feel the inner body expand, feel the center expand. As you exhale, feel the center soften as you press the feet down and forward and the thighs out. Exhale to lower down. Questions? Okay, stand through the feet, lift the hips up, wriggle the shoulder blades in deep for bridge pose. Press the elbows down, lift the hips, stand through the feet and legs. Setu Bandhasana. Is it okay to stand over you? Like I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, yeah. You okay there? It goes in so much easier though, like that was beautiful. Okay, now keep the shoulders, this is the hard part, keep the shoulders as they are for bridge pose. You could stay right here. If you want more, try not to change anything in your shoulders as you bring your fingertips towards the floor overhead for Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose, just the fingertips. The elbows hug in, the armpits suck back, the shoulder blades hug the spine, just like in bridge pose. And as you push through the legs, lift the hips, press through the fingertips to come to the top of your head. Now the heels of the hands might come down. Roll more towards your forehead as you suck the armpits in and then press down to go up. Breathe. I love you can walk your feet this way. Yes, feel the difference. And then sometimes my friends will go like this just to make space there. One more of the deepest, fullest breaths. And on the exhale, lower down. Feet wide, knees rest against each other. You can just leave the strap right where it is. Questions? So the legs govern the low back, and in the deeper back bends, the tendency is going to be for the knees and feet to splay out so that you can just bend where you're already bendy and stay tight or stiff where you're tight and stiff. By putting the strap across the legs, you're sort of preventing the legs from splaying out and helping to contain yourself around the energy, the power of the center. It protects the low back, and it's going to help you open where you need to open rather than bending where you're bendy in the middle and low back. Bend the elbows alongside, so get the feet underneath the knees. Stand through the feet, lift the hips, press the elbows down, wriggle the shoulder blades in, press the back of your skull down. You can stay right here. If you want more this time in bridge pose, you might interlace your hands underneath you, press the forearms, the wrist knobs down. If that's not quite happening, you could also just catch the edges of the mat and tug the mat towards the feet as you wriggle the shoulder blades in a little deeper, and or keeping the shoulders back, bring fingertips towards the floor outside the ears as wide as the mat. Hug the elbows in, suck the armpits back, stand through arms and legs to come in Urdhva Dhanurasana. Beautiful. Turn the toes in, heels out. And as you stand through the legs, press out into the strap. Maybe tiptoe your feet towards your hands. And then as you turn the toes in, heels out. I know it's so hard. Push out into the strap to get deeper. Arm bones more vertical. Gorgioso, cherry blossoms, tulips. We got everything here and lower down. If you walked it in, a good idea to walk it out before you lower down. Questions? Bring the knees right over the hips. Keep the strap. Flex the feet in line with the knee. So it's like an upside down chair pose. Press the palms of your hands into your thighs. And try not to pull the knees in towards the chest. Just bring them right over the thighs, like chair pose on your back. Big breath in and exhale with a shh. Press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Big breath in at your own pace and exhale with a shh. Feel the difference? Do you feel your center there? One more time, just like that, at your own pace. Back these up a little bit. Yes. Okay, now keep the legs like this. Just release the arms out to the sides. Press the legs apart, flex the feet. Exhale the legs to the left as much as you can. Keep the right shoulder down. Try to make no slack in the strap. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right as much as you can. Keep the left shoulder down. No slack in the strap. Inhale to center. Feet to the floor. Release the strap. As you release the strap, stretch your legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Huge breath in through the nose. Exhale with an audible sigh. Bend your legs. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Thigh over thigh, so no space between the legs. Scoot your butt to the right, lower your legs to the left. Arms could be down to the sides or out to the sides, wherever it just feels good. Offer it to the breath. Feel the support that is the altar of the earth. And let the breath massage the viscera. Inhale the legs through center. Uncross, shift the hips to neutral. Is it left leg over right leg, I think? Scoot hips to the left, lower the legs to the right. And offer it to the breath. It's a supine twist, and it's up to you like how much you want to deepen the twist on the currents of the breath. But here I really just like to offer it to breath and gravity and feel what it feels like to let breath and gravity do the work. Belly breathing. On your next inhale, draw the legs up through center. Uncross, shift the hips to neutral, stretch the legs out long, reach the arms overhead. A deep, a full breath in through the nose. Pause at the top. Let it percolate inside. Almost like you're pausing the breath, not holding the breath. And exhale when you must, an audible sigh. Bend your legs, feet on the floor. Find your massage balls. I would have them in the tote for this. You can keep them in the tote, not to be confused with a sack. And place them right in between the tops of the shoulder blades, one on each side of the spine. One on each side. Yep. Just take a moment to find that, feel that. Call me over if you're not sure. You still didn't get any? Where's the... Thank you, I see it. Here, my love. Okay, now notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. For a moment, just reach both arms towards the ceiling, check that out. If this is too intense, release the arms and sit against a wall with the balls between your back and the wall instead of laying on the floor. You'll just have like less pressure, more control. If you like this and or want more, put a block right underneath your hips on its lowest height. If you want more, you can lift your hips onto a block and it'll bring more pressure onto the balls. Now let the head be heavy, the face soft, and just reach your arms a little to the right. Take a breath. Belly breathing. Reach your arms a little to the left and take a breath. Now the point of this is to release tension. It should never feel so intense that it takes the breath away. The breath is your barometer here. The breath must remain deep and full as we explore this area where we hold the weight of the world, okay? We'll release the arms down to the sides. Stand through your feet to lift your hips up a little bit. Push through your legs to roll your body north as the balls roll south a vertebra or two. The balls are gonna roll down the spine, 1 or 2 vertebra. If you're using the block, slide the block north and then lower your hips onto the block or the floor. So we're in between the shoulder blades, just a little deeper down on the upper back. Pause, maybe reach the arms towards the sky. The arms can move like seagrass, that's one option. Seagrass in a current, the arms can tick and talk from right to left. When you pass through center, you might protract the shoulder blades. That means round the upper back like you're reaching for the sky, and add the ticking and talking. And after a few rounds like that, slowly at your own pace, the arms will pass through center and plug deeper into the sockets. That's called retraction, when the shoulder blades come back towards the midline. The key is to breathe and to notice what you feel, how it feels where you feel it, maybe any differences from side to side, differences in different areas that we explore, to take a closer look at what lives where. Release the arms down to the side, stand through the feet to lift the hips up, push through your legs to drive the body north an inch or two again. The balls roll south a vertebra or two. Lower your hips to the floor or the block. You'll slide the block north as well if you're using it. Pause, breathe, feel. Reach the arms towards the sky. You experiment here. Protraction, retraction, more of a tick-tock or a seagrass dynamic movement. Monitor the breath, the sensation. It's called a myofascial self-massage to release hidden areas of tension. Release the arms. Actually, you know what? Right here, wrap your arms around yourself like you're giving yourself a great big hug. Trying to like touch the balls, reach the balls underneath you with your fingertips, and give a little wriggle from side to side. That's called the self-makeout session. And then switch the cross of the arms when you feel ready. Give it a wriggle. That's my favorite one. So in a moment, we'll release the arms, stand through the feet again to lift the hips up, drive through the legs, and you're gonna roll your body north all the way until the balls are right in between the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. More or less, it doesn't have to be exact, but we're trying to like get the balls right into the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Bring the block with you north if you're using it, but do try both ways here. Like if you want more intensity, it might be more intense without the block now. It's not one size fits all. So just, you know, explore, experiment, add or remove block as needed to sweeten the deal. And then you'll reach the arms up. Again, you can experiment with seagrass, tick-tock, protraction, retraction, but in my opinion, the very best is when you wrap yourself around yourself for a little self-makeout sesh. Getting right into the back bottom of the heart, like only you can, only you know. My daughter is curious. Her older brother, my son, is not. She found an old journal on a bookshelf that belongs to my beloved in his early 20s and asked for it to be read aloud last night. You know, that it just reminded me of the back bottom of the heart, that like era of like the early breaks, the early weights, that stuff way down in the bottom of the barrel. That like, you know, it's not something we often maybe like choose to look at, but it really adds so much beauty, so much character, so much flavor and fragrance to your expression, to your character. It's an intrinsic part of the beauty. Okay, very slowly. If you're on a block now, we're gonna remove the block, but keep the balls. Remove the block, keep the balls. And like a little inchworm, like a little adorable, beautiful inchworm, we're gonna start inching the hips towards the heels and inching the heels away from the hips and hips towards the heels. And as you inch your way south on your yoga mat, the balls will be rolling north up the spine. And you'll just see if there's anything you missed on the way south that you want to spend some time reviewing on the way north. Just take your time in this journey from the bottom tips of the shoulder blades to the tops of the shoulders. It's a vast, vast region, a lot to see and explore. Take your time. And when you get all the way up to the tops of the shoulders, see if there's any little last bits of dynamic action that you need or want. And then when you're ready, you'll completely remove the balls. Take a moment to savor the newfound space, the awareness of the connection to the back of the heart region. And allow the whole front body to soften into that space, and the whole back body to soften into the lap of the earth. Take a moment to see if there's any final poses, movements, adjustments that you need or want to make in order to feel completely prepared to fully relax. You can add or remove layers, let your hair down, add or remove props. Any last poses, movements, adjustments, I recommend putting glasses on top of a block safely off to the side. If you need a sip of water or want to grab a cough drop. And as you feel ready, spread yourself out on the altar of the earth. Look for the breath. As best you can, as you soften into stillness, let the subtle movements of the breath hold your vision. The palms can rest anywhere on your body, or you can release the arms down to the sides. I would recommend palms up with the index fingertips and thumb tips just gently, softly touching. It's called Dhyana Mudra or Chin Mudra. And as you settle into stillness, look for the breath. And if the awareness, the attention needs or wants a little tether, a little container, then add this breath practice. It's an invitation, not an obligation. You'll inhale through the nose for 8. Pause at the top for 4. Exhale through the nose for 8, and pause at the bottom for 4. It's a 4-part breath, 8 on the inhale, 4 at the top, 8 on the exhale, and a 4 count on the bottom. And it's never meant to control the breath or restrain the breath in any way. It shouldn't feel challenging. You're not fighting with or for the breath. You're making of yourself in the light of your awareness an offering to the breath. So if you're noticing any strain, the invitation is to adjust the count according to your pace, not adjust your pace according to your count. You can make the count faster or slower, but try to maintain the pace. And try to meet yourself somewhere in the middle. So maybe it becomes a 4-2-4-2 breath, or maybe it's 4 on the inhale, 4 at the top, 6 on the exhale. Just really try to make it an interested exploration towards seeking your pace. Without trying to control, just moving in the direction of balancing the energy in with the energy out. Invite a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. As you deepen your breath, feel how naturally your breath deepens you. The divine, creative, dynamic force of energy, of life force energy, consolidates itself into the form of the breath in order to pour the gift of life into all that is. She pours the gift of life into you in order to share the gift of life in you, as you, through you. What is the world? Nothing more than beauty's chance to show herself. And what are we? Nothing more than beauty's chance to see herself. For if beauty were not seeking herself, we would not exist. Beauty conceals itself in you in order to reveal itself, express itself in you, as you, through you. Let the spirit that you are begin to gently awaken the body that you have, wiggling toes and fingers, stretching through your arms and your legs. And as the spirit that you are awakens the body that you have, let the body that you have embrace, adorn, and affirm the spirit that you are, literally wrapping yourself around yourself, for this is and you are the gift of life. When you're ready, bend your legs, feel both feet on the ground, and just take a beat. Take a moment to call yourself down to earth, a moment to call yourself back to reality, and a moment to visualize, to see clearly the ways in which you stretch yourself in this practice of yoga into the activities of your daily life. In so doing, bringing more beauty, more goodness, and virtuosity to those in the world around you. Imagine that. And as you're ready, you can roll to one side, press through strong arms, make your way into a comfortable seated posture. Comfortable as humanly possible, kneeling or cross-legged. It could be asymmetrical. Honor your knees, your hips, sit up on support. With eyes closed and hands folded before the heart in Anjali Mudra, just a final gesture, bless you, of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges and honors the indwelling light, the extraordinary beauty of the heart, the voice of the true teacher, never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath, and the gesture that places this aspect of ourselves as a guide and an offering in all we do. And so doing, bringing so much more beauty to those in the world around us. As you bow to your heart, with all my heart, I bow to every one of you. Thank you so much for your practice. Thank you so much for your presence. And more than anything, I thank you for all that you are and all that you do every single day of this life. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being together. We're about to start outdoor yoga season. I'm an indoor yogi, but I'll be teaching a lot of outdoor yoga. If you like hot yoga, there'll be plenty of outside opportunities. Check out Be Well Philly, May 17th. Stay for John Vitarelli this afternoon if you're free. Come back for Sound Bath this evening if you're free. Sound Bath is included in membership, so if you're a member, that's part of the deal. And mindfulness meditation 4-week series starts tomorrow. If you're interested or you have a friend who you just know could be a little more mindful, let them know that we have this great intro series at Three Queens. And then other than that, we have one room left for our epic Inner Odyssey yoga retreat to Greece this summer. It could be a single or a double, one room left. I peaked on happiness 3 times last summer and no drugs. So wanted to go back, give everyone a second chance. I am working on Italy, I think for next summer. The dream would be Corsica or Sardinia. If you know anyone, let me know. I'm having a hard time. And we're going back to Mexico in February. That's live. Early bird, I think, is until June. That's fitness and yoga. I collaborate with my trainer, Katie Gold of KG Strong. And we're going to River Mountain in November, 3 nights, yoga, guided hiking, and horseback riding. Alleghenies. The key to life right now, in my opinion, is having things on your calendar that really give you something to look forward to. So that's why I'm trying to like make fun things happen. But whatever that means for you, get those on your calendar, please. We will get through it.